Why on earth have I never heard of velveteen meat? It is the most awesome thing I've discovered on the internet, and I'm 54 years old. It's time that I know about this. So I've already prepared my meat. I'm going to show you how I did it at the end. But I've got my meat prepared right here. I've got my wok turned on. I'm heating it up. I have the oil in it already. And I'm just adding thinly sliced deer meat is what I'm actually using. It's the back strap of a deer, and that is what I am using. I use that all the time, and this is a wonderful way I've discovered to make it very tender. So of course you want to keep stirring when you're doing your wok. And you see this little thing on the bottom that comes with the wok? You can actually take that off. And I decided to remove it because I thought I would get a higher heat. You know, my pan would be closer to the fire without it. So I went on ahead and carefully removed that and put my wok back onto the stove here. And of course I just kept stirring it. That's what you have to do with a wok. It's very high heat and everything. So I removed my meat from the pan. I had got it done. And I'm ready to add my next ingredients. So I add a little more oil to my pan, and I'm going to alternate my ingredients. So I'm going from the meat to some vegetables that I saved during the summer, which is just some peppers and broccoli and cabbage. So actually some of this is some garden winter stuff. But I saved it for this purpose, to do some stir fries with. Now if you put a little salt on there, it will help it, some of that moisture to come out a little quicker. So that's why I put the salt. And you want to, of course, keep this moving as well. Once it gets done, we're going to remove it. I'm just showing you the lo mein noodles I'm going to be using with this dish. Those work good. You could actually use spaghetti noodles, but I have these Chinese noodles, so I'm going to use those this time. I've got this to the point I want it, so I'm getting it up out of there. I added some sauce to it, but y'all didn't see that, but you'll see it on the next time. I'll show it to you in a couple of minutes here. It's very beautiful, plated up, the different colors and everything. And I'm just going to go in with some more oil, and I'm going to do some meat now. So I'm alternating the meat and the vegetables to keep the stickiness from the bottom of the pan. This is a very thin wok, and I wish that I would have used my husband's cast iron wok next time. That is what I'm going to use, because I did have some trouble with this little thin wok. It was, you know, trying to stick, or it was making a lot of stuff on the bottom of the pan that I didn't want. But back to this meat, it came out so good and tender. I've never had my deer meat cook up like this before in my wok. And like I said, I'm just alternating. So now I'm doing some more of the vegetables, the broccoli and peppers and cabbage there. But I've never had a way to do this. Then we have the stir-fry sauce, and just put a little more of that on your vegetables, because everything basically is going to be coated in that by the end of the meal. So when it was almost done, each one, I would put a little bit of that stir-fry sauce on it. And I would remove each thing out of the pan onto the plate, so on and so forth. It did take a little while, but it didn't take that long, because I had prepared my vegetables and my meat ahead of time. So when I got ready to cook it, I just pulled it out of the refrigerator and threw it into the wok. I do like this wok cooking, and I think I'm going to be doing more of it. I have a couple of cookbooks on it, so I plan on doing some more of that. I just wanted to go on ahead and get some more of the meat. This was the last of the meat, actually. And like I said, this is all deer meat, y'all. And it came out so tender. Me or my husband couldn't believe how tender this came out. And I had never heard of this technique before. Like I said, I'm almost 54 years old. And I never heard of this. Velveteen is what it's called. And I'm going to show y'all how to do it. Now, I ended up cleaning the wok out because it had so much sticky stuff on the bottom of it, and then I put everything back in it and stirred it all together and made sure it had enough of the stir-fry sauce on it as well. In the meantime, I'm cooking up some of those noodles. I got my water boiling. I had put some salt and oil in that water, and it only boils for 6 minutes according to the package directions. So just to test it, after 6 minutes, got a noodle out, and I was seeing if I could snap it with my fingers, and it did snap, so it was plenty tender enough. Okay, once the noodles was done, I have a pot that I can just drain the noodles right out like this, drain the water right out, and then I want it to cool them off and stop them from cooking anymore. So I just sprayed a little cold water on them, and then I went on ahead and drained them out one more time because I wanted them to stop cooking. Then I brought them back to the stove, and I put a little bit of the stir-fry sauce on them. I actually put a little more than what y'all seen me put here. As you can see, there's some on it already, and I just didn't get to show y'all that I had put a little bit more on it, so I just added a little bit to show y'all that that's what I had put on those. Covered them up and wait for us to get ready to eat. So my husband came in, and I started fixing me a plate, and I wanted the noodles, and I wanted some of that stir fry too with that deer meat and vegetables in it. So that was awesome.
You told him about your secret?
I'm gonna, but no, I didn't.
Man. Tell him.
I'm gonna tell him.
Hey, you did this in an old wok.
I know, I should have used your
Why
wok.
you didn't use the big black one?
I don't.
Anyway.
I wanted to try that one.
Tell him this is unbelievable. You don't have to have teeth to eat this. It's a trick Miss KK learned.
I'm gonna tell him. Velveteen meat. What is it and why do it? Well, it starts with cornstarch. You use a tablespoon each of these: cornstarch, soy sauce, and oil. And what you're going to do is you're going to measure those out, put them into a bowl or a cup, either one. You're going to mix it up. You're going to cut some meat very thin, put that in there, coat it up, put it into a pan, or you can leave it in the bowl. And then you're going to put it into the refrigerator, and you can let it sit there for 30 to 60 minutes. Then you're going to take it out and fry it in some hot oil in a wok. The cornstarch is going to help protect it from the heat. It's going to protect the meat from the heat so it will not overcook, and it's also going to hold that moisture in that meat and make a wonderful tender dish. You can even use this on tougher meats like deer meat, like I used it on, and it will come out so tender. It is totally wonderful. I love it, and I'll be using this technique a lot more. And I just wanted to share it with you guys so you can try it too. Maybe you never heard of it either. Leave me a comment and let me know if you've ever heard of this.